Hello and welcome to my Sim Racing Corner. This is the Project D manual shifter. It was sent to me by Banggood, so a shout out to those guys for providing this for my review and their support. There's a product link in the description and quite possibly a discount coupon code, so check out the description if you're interested in picking up one of these for yourself. For anybody looking for a solid, great feeling, reliable manual shifter without breaking the bank, then I suggest you continue watching the rest of the video. So let's move this over to my table and we'll take a closer look at its features and then onto the track for testing and my verdict. This manual shifter is a PC only USB plug and play gaming device. So before you ask if you have an Xbox or PlayStation console, this will not work for you. Sorry about that. This is for PC only and should work with any PC driving title that you can map a manual geared shifter in. Besides the electronic components, it's entirely metal. The main body, the top plate, gear stick, including the gear knob, and the internal mechanism are all metal parts. And the first thing you notice when handling the shifter out of the box is a very solid feeling unit. The 2mm thick aluminium top plate is cut for 8 gear positions, so that's up to 7 gears plus reverse. Of course, you can use as many or as few of these gears as you need. The gear knob is height adjustable. It's a screw top, so you just spin it around until you find the required height and lock it in with the collar. Taking off the top plate, we can examine the working parts. The underside of the plate houses the circuit board and Hall sensors. These are non-contact magnetic sensors, a feature you typically see in high-end products. This means no wear and tear and ensures long life of the product. The disc on the gear stick shown here is the magnet that gets tracked by the sensors. The working parts holding the stick is a simple but very effective mechanism using spring tension and pincers. In use, this gives a solid positive snap when engaging gears. The side-to-side tension is also held by springs, but they are more difficult to glimpse from this angle. If you look closely, you can see the crescent-shaped piece. It's a rubberized bumper. The gear stick hits this and not metal on metal, and this helps dampen the noise. I do realise I'm likely to be asked questions comparing the Project D shifter against the cheaper shifter previously reviewed on the channel. Of course, watch my other review and you can compare for yourself. But basically, the Project D shifter is an upgraded version of the same design. The sound dampening, the metal top plate, magnetic sensors and metal gear knob. The other thing that is noticeable is the spring tension is lightened. That does make it a bit easier to operate and more realistic feeling in my opinion. Essentially the same product with some refinements is the best way to describe things. If you have watched my review for the cheaper budget shifter, you know how impressed I was. It's great value for money and does an excellent job. And the Project D shifter builds on that with upgrades that I do personally appreciate. The upgrades are tangible, ironing out some of the basic elements over the cheaper shifter, and certainly that does make the Project D shifter the more durable of the two. And hopefully that answers the questions you may have. And now we can move on and just focus attention on the shifter I'm using here. For starters, I can tell you right now, this shifter is staying on my rig. I just love it. It's compact, it's really solid, the shifts feel awesome, and I'm hitting every gear, no misshift issues. The smart design of the internal mechanism gives it the sensation that punches above its weight. It feels premium without a premium price tag. An important consideration that matters is being able to plant this on the sim rig around other hardware. Whenever I add new hardware to the setup, it needs to work in harmony with other things I have around it. And the size of this shifter is very practical. It doesn't waste space, it's as big as it needs to be. And I found it easy to mount on my sim rig alongside my handbrake and sequential shifter. Quite frankly, this is as good as I need for a manual shifter. It's doing everything I need it to do. Certainly, I will review other shifters in the future, but there is a strong possibility that this Project D shifter is the one that will keep coming back to my rig. It really is that good. And there you have it, guys, the Project D manual shifter. It's reliable, robust, an excellent product, and definitely worth serious consideration. And that ends this review. As always, thank you very much for watching and following my channel. I'll be back soon, so until next time, happy simming and bye bye.